Have you ever had an amazing conversation with a woman where everything just seemed to click only to walk away wondering later, did I leave her wanting more? Will she even think about me after this? Or was I just another guy she'll forget by tomorrow? Here's the truth. No one tells you. It's not the jokes you told. It's not how good you looked. It's not even how much you seem to have in common. It's the energy you leave her with right before you say goodbye that decides everything. Most men spend all their effort on trying to impress her at the beginning, but they forget that the way you end the interaction is what leaves the strongest emotional fingerprint on her heart. Imagine this. You're standing there. The conversation is winding down. The night is about to end. This is the final moment. The moment she'll replay in her mind when she's lying in bed later. If you rush it, if you fumble it, if you just casually say, "See you," and walk away, you become just another passing face in the blur of her day. But if you do one simple thing before you leave, if you create a moment so emotionally charged, so quietly powerful, you don't just end the interaction. You stay with her in her mind, in her body, in that place where longing grows quietly and uncontrollably. And here's the wild part. It doesn't take a grand gesture. It doesn't take the perfect line. It doesn't take being rich, famous, or even particularly smooth. It just takes understanding the emotional gravity of goodbyes. Because a goodbye isn't just an ending. It's an imprint. It's a doorway you either leave open or slam shut forever. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to do in those final moments, so that instead of being forgotten, you become the man she finds herself missing. Like crazy, even if she doesn't understand why. This might just be the missing link you've been searching for. And once you know it, you'll never say goodbye the same way again. Let's dive in. Goodbyes are strange, aren't they? We think they're just quick moments. A handshake, a hug, a talk to you later. But they're actually the most emotionally charged part of any connection. See, in the beginning, everything is fresh. There's excitement, curiosity, nervous energy. The mind is racing trying to figure the other person out. But when it's time to say goodbye, that's when her heart does the talking. Because it's in that final moment that she decides, was this just pleasant? Or do I need to feel this man's energy again? Most men don't realize it. They're so focused on how they started the conversation. Did they look confident enough? Did they say the right things? Did they make her laugh? That they completely miss the ending. But here's the truth. Endings matter more than beginnings. The human brain is wired to remember peak moments and endings. That's not just psychology. That's real life. It's why we remember the last scene of a great movie, the last hug we shared with someone special, the last words someone whispered to us before leaving. And when it comes to attraction, this matters even more because it's not about the facts share members. It's about the feeling you leave her with. Did she feel seen? Did she feel safe? Did she feel wanted? Not in a desperate way, but in a way that woke up something deep inside her. Because if you can create that, you're not just a man she met. You're a man she starts missing, craving, longing for, without even understanding why. And guess what? It doesn't take hours of talking. It doesn't take the perfect words. It doesn't take playing games. It takes knowing how to turn those last few seconds into something unforgettable. Here on Stoic Paradox, I'm Amelia, and I'm here to help you unlock the quiet power of true masculine presence. The kind of presence that doesn't shout, it doesn't chase, it doesn't beg, it just stays echoing in her chest long after you walk away. So today, I'm going to teach you exactly what to do before you say goodbye, so that when you leave, you don't leave an empty space. You leave an ache, a craving, a silent pull she can't resist. If you're ready to stop being forgettable and start being unforgettable, let's dive in. Most people underestimate the power of goodbye. They think it's just a polite formality, a wave, a handshake, a see you later. But what they don't realize is that goodbye is a doorway, and what you do in that doorway determines whether you become just another guy she forgets or the man she can't get out of her mind. See? Endings leave a mark. Psychologists call it the recency effect. We remember most vividly the final moments of an experience, and love, attraction, connection, they're no different. The final seconds matter just as much, if not more, than the hours you spent before. Think about it. You could have made her laugh. You could have impressed her with stories, jokes, even deep conversations. But if the goodbye is rushed, mechanical, or casual, it's like spilling ink on a beautiful letter. All she'll remember is the smudge at the end. But if you master the goodbye, if you slow down, shift your energy, and create a small, powerful emotional imprint, then the moment you leave is the moment she starts missing you. Here's what most men do wrong. They get nervous. They get distracted. They think, okay, we're done. What's next? They treat goodbye like an afterthought, a checkpoint to hurry past. But you, if you hear its stoic paradox, you're not most men. You're here to be the man whose presence lingers long after the conversation ends. Here's the secret. When the moment comes to say goodbye, don't just think about leaving. Think about leaving something behind. Leave behind a feeling she can't explain. Leave behind a spark that stays lit. Leave behind a moment she replays when she's alone later that night. How you slow down when the energy starts to wind down, when you both know it's time to part. Resist the urge to get casual or rushed. Instead, become even more present. Look into her eyes, not in a hurried, scattered way, but in a calm, grounded, intentional way. Hold the silence for a second longer than what feels normal. Let it stretch. Let her feel it. Because in that stillness, she feels your energy. Not the energy of Eamon trying to impress, trying to win her, but the energy of a man who values the moment itself. Then with a low, sincere voice, say something simple, but loaded with presence. Something like, "Tonight was better than I expected. You're different in a way I can't quite explain." Or spending time with you just feels easy. I'm glad we crossed paths. Or even, "You're the kind of woman that's hard to forget. I just wanted you to know that." And then crucially, don't linger. Don't wait for validation. Smile warmly. Touch her arm gently if the vibe is right and leave gracefully, confidently, quietly. Walk away like a man who knows he left a piece of himself behind. Because when you create that final emotional hit, that tiny collision of realness, sincerity, and presence, you trigger a craving inside her. She might not show it right away. She might even act casual. But trust me, deep inside, Herman will keep looping back to you. She'll feel it in the empty space after you're gone, in the silence of her room later that night, in the way no one else seems quite as magnetic, quite as interesting, quite as real, because you didn't just say goodbye. You made her feel something real right before you disappeared. And it's in that empty space that what just happened, feeling that longing, is born. Not because you pushed, not because you chased, but because you left her wanting more. And the men who master that skill, they're the ones she dreams about when no one's watching. They're the ones who don't have to beg for attention because their energy does all the work for them. Attraction isn't built through logic. It's not about ticking boxes or giving her a checklist of reasons to like you. It's about emotion. It's about the invisible energy that lingers between two people when words are no longer enough. The truth is, women don't remember what you said half as much as they remember how you made them feel. When you slow down at the moment of goodbye, when you drop the performance, the tension, the rush, you create an emotional imprint that hits her deeper than any clever line ever could. Most men spend the entire interaction trying to sell themselves, trying to impress, convince, entertain. But when you slow down at the end, when you let there be silence, sincerity, and stillness, You show her something almost no one else shows her, a moment that feels real. And because endings stay etched in our minds far longer than middles, that goodbye becomes the anchor, the thing she keeps returning to in her memory, the soft echo that makes her wonder about you when she's lying awake at night. You don't become just another conversation she had. You become the experience she can't shake and the craving to relive that feeling. That's where real magnetic attraction lives. How to use it. Next time you're with her, whether it's a first meeting, a date, or even a casual encounter, remember this. Don't rush the end. Don't start thinking about what's next. Stay grounded. Stay present. Stay deliberate. When it's time to part ways, take a breath. Feel the energy between you. Look her in the eyes just a second longer than normal. Not with intensity that overwhelms, but with calm confidence, like you're memorizing Themament. Then say something real, no rehearsed, not flashy, simple, true, honest. I didn't expect this to feel so easy. I'm really glad we met. There's something about you that feels rare. Just thought you should know. You made me night better than I expected. Thank you. And when you say it, mean it. Let her feel that you're not just tossing out words. You're giving her a piece of your experience, a glimpse into how she affected you. And then you leave, not because you're playing games, but because you respect the power of space. You trust that the absence you create will pull her toward you naturally and effortlessly. Because when you leave behind not just words but a feeling, you don't have to chase her. Her own heart will start doing the chasing for you. If this resonated with you, if you're tired of chasing and ready to become the kind of man who is remembered, craved, and respected, then you're in exactly the right place. At Stoic Paradox, we don't teach games. We don't teach tricks. We teach presence. We teach real connection. We teach you how to unlock the part of yourself that women are secretly hoping to meet, but almost never do. So, if you want more insights like this, more strategies to build quiet, unstoppable attraction, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and drop a comment below sharing your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And remember, you're not here to be forgettable. You're here to leave a mark. You're here to become the kind of man whose absence is louder than most men's presence. You're here to be unforgettable. And it starts with a single moment, a single goodbye, done the right way. Stay stoic, stay powerful. I'm Amelia, and I'll see you in the next video.